Hey guys, Ivan here with another video for today. Yesterday, what happened was absolutely insane. Even though apparently some people thought Urs was actually gonna win that show, not a lot of people actually saw that coming. Myself included, I thought he was gonna be like top 5 before the show started. When the show started, I thought maybe top 3, but in the end, he actually won. So what happened yesterday was absolutely crazy, and I think it deserves more than just one video or 2 videos about it. So today we're gonna talk a little bit more about that, and in the upcoming days as well, I have some other ideas we gotta cover. So the first thing we're gonna talk about today is the reactions of other bodybuilders, especially the ones who were beaten at this show. So Urs won this show, and also by doing that, he definitely did hurt a couple of egos. A classic guy doing a little short off season, going to the open and then winning and beating some veterans. Basically, let's take a look at how these guys reacted. So let's start with Quinton Eriya, and this guy was definitely one of the favorites to win this show. It was him and Sergio Oliva Jr, obviously. After the pre-judging, some people actually did have Quinton winning. I mean, he did place second, but no, he didn't win this show. He didn't qualify for the Mr. Olympia. But 9 hours ago, and that's very important to note, 9 hours ago, he made a post. And honestly, Quint is definitely being a class act. He says, truly blessed. What an experience. I'm very happy with this experience and the look that I've brought. I'm proud of this. We'll never forget this. We'll be even better in Germany next weekend. Congratulations, Miracle Bear, Urs Kalecinski, on the win. So, yeah, apparently he's saying that he's happy, that he's not going to forget this, that he's very proud of himself. Is he speaking the truth? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. I mean, this guy has been trying to qualify for the Mr. Olympia for the last like 3-4 years. In 2022, he was close to doing it. He didn't manage. Then he took a long off season with Matt Jansen, came back in 2024. He failed again. And this year he tried. It was very close again at both Tampa and Texas. He went to Europe to try to win this show. And a classic guy decides to make a switch and he beats him here. So I don't think he's really happy. But he's not complaining. He's not saying anything bad about Urs or about anybody. He's actually congratulating Urs. He's tagging him. He's congratulating him. And he's saying that he's happy with what he brought. And, you know, he's being fair. He's saying, I didn't deserve this win. Urs deserved it. So Quint took it as a champ. He didn't complain. He accepted what happened. And yeah, he was beaten by a classic guy. But this classic guy is definitely no longer a classic guy. He's definitely way more than a classic guy right now. He definitely came in much bigger and fuller, so it's not really fair to say that these guys were beaten by a classic guy, but still, being beaten by a former classic guy, I'm sure it doesn't feel that great. Now, like I said, Quint made that post 9 hours ago, basically relatively shortly after the show ended, and Sergio Oliva, who was also one of the favorites, didn't say anything for quite a while. Until 43 minutes ago. And so Sergio made a post about the Italy Pro, and as you guys know, he has a pretty big ego. He's always, complaining. He's always saying some negative stuff about somebody else or something else. So yeah, him being beaten by a classic guy, I'm sure a lot of people are waiting for his response, for his post. So there you go, let's read it. He says, bodybuilding is about timing. Most guys post pics saying I looked good the day before or mostly the day after. I have never in my life seen anyone mess up their whole prep in 4 hours. If you swipe, you can see I sent these pics to my coach 4 hours before the prejudging. Still needed improvements, but eating more food in my stomach was not the move. I completely blew out my stomach and just looks like another typical Sergio showing. But for me to have worked the hardest I ever have and be looking the best ever to just drop the ball hours before stage and place the worst I ever have in my life, fourth, has me devastated. It's on me as a pro to know my body. I've been doing this long enough. Alright, very interesting. And he's doing 2 things in this exposed. He's saying that the reason why he plays so low, why he didn't win the show, is because he messed up his peak. It's not that Urs was better, or that Quinton was better, or that Mark Hector was better. It's because he missed the peak. He was spot on 4 hours before the stage, and then he messed it up. And the other thing he's doing is he's calling out Stefan Kinsel. He's basically saying, Stefan told me to eat more food, and I should have known better not to listen to the coach and to do what I think I should do. What's the point of having a coach if you're going to do what you're going to do? So he's basically calling out coaches, especially Stefan Kinsel. Maybe he's even thinking that Stefan did that to mess his peak because he's prepping Urs, and he's very, very close friends with Urs. He has been prepping Urs for the longest. Urs was the first pro bodybuilder that Stefan coached, as far as I know, and Urs made Stefan popular. So maybe Sergio thinks that Stefan did something intentionally to mess Sergio's peak. I'm not saying that, but it seems like that because he's saying, I should have done things the way I thought I should do them, not what my coach told me to do. So that's one thing. The other thing is, again, blaming his peak and never really saying anything about Urs, not tagging him and not talking about being beaten by a classic guy, which I'm sure was definitely a huge blow to Sergio's ego. Now, down below in the comment section, somebody basically made a comment exactly what I was thinking, what I just said. And he says, again, Sergio is complaining or crying about placings. No offense, but you got beat by a classic guy. Oh, this hurt. This hurt. And Sergio responds, he says, one thing I've learned is that people who think an explanation and taking responsibility are crying and complaining are the exact people who will always hate no matter what you say or do. You follow me to send negativity, no matter what I place or look like, I'll never end up like you. So Sergio is still not mentioning Urs or the fact that he was beaten by a classic guy. He's taking responsibility by saying that he lost this show because of his mistake, not because somebody else is actually that good to be able to beat him. I don't see it this way. Even if Sergio was a little bit better, a little bit more on, I don't think he would have won this show. Urs simply has a better physique, and so do Quinton and Mark Hector. Maybe Sergio, who peaks 30% better, can beat all of these guys, but it's not just the peaking issue. It's definitely the flaws in his physique. Like, if you ask me, what I don't like about Sergio's physique is like the shape of his legs. I mean, they are big, but from the front, they don't have the sweep. His waist also could be smaller. His lats could be bigger. They could pop out more. His bicep peaks could be bigger, and his back could also be more developed. So I don't think it was a peaking issue, and him not recognizing the other guys, especially Urs, and not congratulating them, it makes him look like he's salty a little bit. But you know, he has the right to be angry because he lost this show, and you know, he really thought he was going to win it, but it is what it is. Is it Stefan's fault or is it his fault? I'm not sure, but I'm under the impression that Sergio is no longer going to work with Stefan Kinsel, but we'll see about that. You guys tell me whatever you think down below. Mark Hector did not make any posts so far, not even stories. I have no idea what he's thinking, but we'll find out about that soon enough. Chris Bumstead posted a story of Urs, like many other bodybuilders as well, and he says, I'm so proud of you, bro. And then down below he says, what did I say about classic competitors in the open? I know Urs is unique. What Chris said a couple of days ago, basically when Urs announced that he was going to switch to the open, is that if all the classic guys switch to the open class would look a lot different. And Chris Bumstead was definitely right about this. Imagine what would happen if a whole bunch of other top classic guys move to the open, like Mike Sommerfeld, like Ramon Dino, like a whole bunch of others. I'm sure a couple of them would also win pro shows, open shows. I can definitely see Ramon Dino doing that, and Mike Sommerfeld for sure. And those are the guys who could do that like right now, just without making the weight. Maybe like with a couple of months of off-season. But imagine what would happen if all the classic guys took like a couple of years of an off-season to put on more muscle. I mean, what Chris said is definitely true. Open bodybuilding would look so much different. And Urs just proved that to us. His first freaking open show and an easy win like this. Crazy, man, crazy. Now, since we're talking about Chris Bumstead, I also found this very interesting, this comparison that is going around. Who would actually win in this mashup right here? Chris Bumstead from the Prague Pro or Urs from the Italy Pro? I mean, yeah, this was Chris without an off-season, just prolonging his prep after the Mr. Olympia and just peaking differently for an open show. And Urs, of course, had some time to put on actual muscle tissue, so it's different. But we don't know how much muscle is Chris able to put on. Maybe his physique is kind of maxed out. We don't know that. We can only compare what we see. And honestly, guys, I'm not sure. And this definitely requires a separate video, which I'm probably gonna make soon these days. So guys, stay tuned for that video. But right off the bat, what do you think? Who would win this? Urs or Chris Bumstead? If you go to Urs's account, you'll see a whole bunch of other reactions like this one from Chris, from Milos Shachev as well. Then there's also Sam Sulek saying holy S-H-I-T. Wesley Wister is congratulating as well. Dennis Wolf, who said that he doesn't believe that Urs can do well in the Open, is also congratulating. William Bonek, Regan Grimes, Jeremy Buendia, Blessing Everybody, a whole bunch of other Open bodybuilders and other people from the industry. Everybody is so happy that this happened. It definitely made the sport way more exciting. Everybody except for Sergio Oliva Jr. and probably Quinton Eriya and Mark Hector, and I'm sure everybody else in that lineup. But you guys tell me down below whatever you think about this guys' reaction or about Urs winning an open show. Whatever is on your mind, guys, tell me down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For more content like this about bodybuilding, subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.